So what are you doing here in Nottingham today?
Oh, so today I'm a lecturer here. I'm a senior lecturer in public health. I teach on the MA in public health and I supervise PhD students.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And how long have you been doing that?
For the past 6 years, I've been employed here, but transferred from another university.
Yeah. Excellent. What's the most rewarding thing about your job?
Oh, the most rewarding thing about my job, I like to see people progressing. I like supporting other people and also learning from the people that I teach, because everyone has got new experience. So I see myself as interacting and learning from the people that I'm teaching as well.
What makes you the most frustrated?
When I don't know what's the phrase in English, when you don't have an exit of situation, like when you don't have a choice, so you're just pressured to do something. That's where I'm most frustrated.
When you're stuck?
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there any particular thing that you've learnt that stands out to you?
Oh, definitely, that people are unique and everyone is important in making life. No one is the book of life. The person you see walking has got some vital knowledge that may actually contribute to your development as well. Also, there is a symbiotic relationship between people living in different realms of the world.
What's your biggest fear?
There was something about it on television not so long ago to do with Russia. I don't think they should have shown that. There's nothing good in war. War is evil. It's a very evil thing, war is. With a lot of bad-minded so-and-sos in it that can't think of anything decent and better to think about and do than to destroy a planet with civilization on it. You don't do things like that. We're all born the same way, but not for things like that.
Right ankle.
Still there!
What is the biggest challenge you faced having a prosthetic leg?
People used to look at me like thank God that ain't me. And then you've got people like, oh, this guy is on a prosthetic. Like personally, me, I don't like pity, because I like to think of myself as no different to anyone. Having that mindset, having that paradigm that you are different is just, it hinders. There's a very beautiful saying, the only disability is a bad mindset. Literally, there is nothing in this world that will not give you fulfillment and happiness if you're disabled in the mind. I'm probably more happy than 40% of the people on earth with 2 legs. You know what, I'm so confident in saying that because of my mindset. If you're struggling, write it down on a piece of paper. Figure out what your issues are and work on them.
So can I ask what you're doing here today?
I'm here because I really want to let people be aware that Barclays are investing a huge amount of money in fossil fuels, and it's just not sustainable for life on this planet.
And is it just Barclays that is kind of guilty of this, or?
Unfortunately not. It'd be good if it was just them. They are the worst because they have invested the most. It is a catastrophe, and people either don't know or they're choosing not to face it and just hoping that our everyday lives will carry on, and they won't, unfortunately.
What scares you the most?
You know what, I bullshit it a lot, but I'm genuinely afraid of death. But then you gotta ask yourself stuff like this. If you're afraid of dying, then you should be afraid of living because it's a natural occurrence. You don't know what's gonna happen at the end. Like, I realized going through this journey, I can understand people like who went through cancer. And you know, one time I was at the club, and there was a guy who said to me, you know what, think about half of the people in the child's ward, because I was a child that time. Half of the people in the child's ward that did not make it out. Or like the ones that didn't make it out, and you survived cancer twice. But cancer came back defeated it. And yeah, God bless, like, ever since I've been able, like, got my amputation, I've been more free. I go gym now. I'm getting ready for summer, springs here.
Feeling good?
Yes, sir.
Do you think Nottingham's changed much since you were young?
Well, I will admit, I don't like this day and age. I think it's pathetic to have kids in a day and age like this, and you bring them up the best way you can with love, respect and discipline. And look at the state of affairs. Look what you see when you look at television, the horrible things they show on television, all that to do with war, all the trouble that there is in other countries and that, and including ours. So what makes it good? To me, it's poor. I don't like it at all.
The government could do a lot more, but it wouldn't be popular, and they accept money from banks to carry on.
How would you wake people up and make people pay more attention to this issue?
Gosh, I wish I knew the answer to that one. Apart from join Extinction Rebellion, pressurise your MP, but I don't know how to make people care more. Just don't know. This is why I'm doing this, because I don't know what else to do.
Greatness is deserved by everyone. I don't like to think there's any such thing as a hierarchy. In the end, there is. Like, there is a pecking order, a hierarchy, depending on your status, what you do. But in the end, we both go to the ground, and in the end, all we're trying to chase after in this life is fulfillment and happiness. Even if you're not happy, you want to accomplish something. Think about it. Why do people go through miserable jobs just to be able to have the money but not be happy with it? You want to be in the top 10. You want to be in the top 500. You want to be at a level that you would feel like impactful. You know what I mean? In the end, there is happiness, but at the same time, humans want to accomplish something.
So why don't they put more happy stuff on the news?
I agree. I couldn't agree more with you.
So why don't they? What's the reason?
Well, let's put it this way. Is it to do with those idiots that like to put rubbish on, like television like that work for the TV studios? Or is it to do with the government? Who is it to do with, the government or them lot? I tend to blame a lot of it on the government.
What's the most important thing you've learned in life?
Oh, the most important thing that I have learned in life is to respect, and also to share what you know and learn from others. That's the most important aspect that I've ever learned in my life, and that's what I do. I see somebody, I know they've got certain things that I should learn from them. I always share what I know best, but I don't know everything.
What is the most important thing you've learned in life?
Well, yes, I think I can answer that. I would say at the end of the day, love, respect and discipline. Love your parents. Yeah, of course, I'm crying a bit. Love, respect and discipline for your parents and that, because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. None of us would be here. And it takes a man and woman to love one another. A man and woman's got to love one another if they want children. You just don't have children for the sake of it like that. A man and woman's got to love one another. And then talk about, shall we have kids, do you want kids? It's either yes or no. You don't have to, but it's the answer is, do you want kids, yes or no?
So all you need is love?
Very much so, yes. I'll accept that most fully to the sense of that word.